Hello everyone and welcome to another science review lesson. My name is Teacher John and today we are talking about vertebrates. So what are our learning goals today? Our first learning goal is to identify the 5 kinds of vertebrates. Our second learning goal is to review the characteristics of the 5 kinds of vertebrates. Each kind of vertebrate has more than 5 characteristics, but we will only learn 5 today. So our first question is, what is a vertebrate? You can look at this picture here, and what do you think is a vertebrate? Can you say vertebrate? Vertebrate? Be careful with the V sound. Vertebrate. It's not vertebrate, no. Vertebrate. Good job. So what do you think is a vertebrate? Vertebrates are animals with a backbone. And we can see in this picture right here, this is the backbone. This is the backbone. And these are the 3 parts of the backbone. There are 5 kinds of vertebrates. The first kind of vertebrate we'll talk about today are mammals. And you can see this picture, a lion is a mammal. So what are 5 characteristics of mammals? Of course, mammals are vertebrates. All of the animals we're talking about today are vertebrates. They are warm-blooded. Warm-blooded means that you can control your own body temperature. Warm-blooded doesn't just mean to make yourself hotter. It also means if you're too hot, you can bring your temperature down. Like when you are very, very hot and you're running, you start to sweat. Water comes out of your body. That is to make you cooler. You sweat because you are warm-blooded. Our next characteristic is mammals breathe air. We use our lungs to breathe air. Did you know that people are mammals too? We have lungs, right? Mammals are viviparous. Wow, this word again. Do we remember viviparous? Viviparous means that mammals give birth to live young. We see these cute kittens right here. They did not come from eggs. They were born like this, maybe a little bit smaller, and their eyes were closed too. Mammals are covered in fur. Do you remember what fur is? Fur is hair on your body. You see, these kittens are covered in fur. And last, mammals feed their young with milk. You see these kittens are drinking some milk right now. The next kind of vertebrate is fish. Look at these fish. So fish, they are also vertebrates. But different from mammals, fish are cold-blooded. That means they cannot control their body temperature. They cannot make themselves hotter or colder. Fish breathe with gills, not lungs. We can see the gills right here. Fish are oviparous. That means they are born from eggs. Fish are covered in scales. Look, they don't have hair. They have scales. Scales. fish live in water. Fish, that's another kind of vertebrate. Our next kind of invertebrate are amphibians. Look, we have a frog riding a unicycle. Amphibians. So what are the characteristics of amphibians? Amphibians are vertebrates. They are also cold-blooded like fish. They breathe with gills when they are young like fish, but when they get older, they breathe with lungs like mammals. Amphibians are oviparous. Do you remember what oviparous means? Amphibians have smooth skin. They are different from mammals and fish. They don't have fur and they don't have scales. They have smooth skin. And our last characteristic is amphibians are water and land animals. Our next kind of invertebrate is reptiles. Reptiles. What are the 5 characteristics of reptiles? They are vertebrates, we know that already. Cold-blooded, we know that already. They breathe air, just like mammals, right? They have lungs, they do not have gills. They are oviparous, meaning that they lay eggs. They are covered in scales, just like fish, that's right. And our last characteristic of reptiles is they do not care for their young. When the babies come out of their eggs, the parents do not take care of them. Oh no. The next kind of vertebrate we are talking about today are birds. This bird. This is a big black bird. Ooh, scary. What are the characteristics of birds? They are vertebrates. They are warm-blooded, just like mammals. They breathe air. They are oviparous. They are covered in feathers. We see all of these feathers right here. They are the only kind of animal that are covered in feathers, birds. And our last characteristic is most birds can fly. There are some birds like the ostrich and the penguin that cannot fly, but most birds can fly. So let's go back over our learning goals. Our learning goals were to identify the 5 kinds of vertebrates. Can you remember what the 5 kinds of vertebrates were? The 5 kinds of vertebrates that we reviewed today were mammals, fish, reptiles, amphibians, and birds. Our second learning goal was to review the 5 characteristics of each kind of vertebrate. Well, I don't have time to review them right now, but you can go back and do that by yourself. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!